What's up, y'all? We on Finance Dad Media. I got my boy Tim Mosely here, y'all. So my first special guest, I'm super excited to have him. I have so much tremendous respect for this guy. I'm gonna let you tell him his story of him just becoming a father, a husband, most importantly, because I really respect how he runs his household. I'm gonna let him tell most of his story, but I just wanted to do this quick interview with him. So glad that he stopped by. Today is my son's 5th birthday. We're celebrating today, so if you hear any kind of music in the background, that's out there. But real quick, y'all, Mosely, thank you for stopping by, Tim.
What's up, man?
Man, glad to have you.
Glad to be here, man.
Tell me about just how you got to be a husband, bro.
Man, so long story short, I was looking for a place to stay. I was looking for apartments. My wife, she was in property management.
Okay.
So I just stumbled on her desk, and
Dang.
that's kind of how she wrote, man.
Dang, that's crazy to be thinking about. Like, you was just so. I want to go back to that. I want to dig a little deeper into that. So you saying you was looking for your wife?
Man, so at the time, I was actively praying for a spouse.
Praying for a spouse.
Praying for a spouse. Once I actually went into Windsor, she used to work at Windsor.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was just straight business mode. Like, I was trying to
business.
find a place to stay because I was trying to transition out of my apartment so I can get closer to work.
Okay.
But yeah, first time I went in, didn't really notice her. Second time I saw her, we'll just say that.
Okay. Okay.
Third time we got a little bit more personable. She took me on a tour, and I actually didn't lease with them, but I did go back to just thanking for a time, and I just had to shoot my shot.
Man, Tim, Tim. Wait a second. Let me ask you this: how long have y'all been married, and how long have y'all known each other?
So we actually got married September 10th,
Okay.
2023.
Good job. Okay.
We actually met September 10th, 2022.
Wow.
So it took us 1 year to get officially married, and now it's, what is it, July
27.
July 27. We roll around to the second anniversary. Which we will have our actual grand wedding on our first anniversary.
That's awesome. Grand wedding on the first anniversary.
Yeah.
Tim, man, that's incredible, bro. It's like it seemed like you knew what you wanted and you started to make it happen. I mean, even though you wasn't kind of looking for it, you prayed for it.
Correct.
Any advice to guys out there that's like, what made you have that mindset in the first place to pray about it? Let's just go back a little bit before meeting her.
So I'm 32.
Okay.
So I feel like
you look young, bro.
Appreciate it, man. it's the lotion.
Yeah.
So I always moisturize.
There you go.
But yeah, man, 32. I've lived life like I would like to think I have. So, man, you get to, well, I can't speak for everybody else. I got to a certain point in my life where I had to change my priorities.
Okay.
So obviously, with me wanting to deepen my relationship with God,
Okay.
obviously He's telling me there's certain things I got to cut out that I've been doing on a habitual basis, year after year after year. And of course, like I said, being in college, you do things that you maybe not be proud of.
Yeah.
Of course,
I hear you on
the
that.
Bible kind of talks down on, but you say that you're young, so you gotta live life.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you just start to put more things into perspective. I feel like God was starting to grant me the ability to gain more wisdom.
Wow.
And as He provided me with more wisdom and more knowledge, it just made it abundantly clear of what I should not be doing.
Man.
So at that moment, like I said, it just kind of shifted my mindset. Instead of, really just going out looking for women, I wanted to go out and find the woman.
The woman.
So
I like that.
So yeah.
You adjusted your mindset. I mean, you had so many tidbits in that little section right there. And Tim, I know, just so the people out there, Tim is a very private individual. I respect this guy so much because he's more about, let me take care of myself first before I try to take care of anybody. I totally respect that about you, bro.
Yeah.
In there you said, I just want to break this down because I think the guys really need to understand this part.
Okay.
Is you said you had to cut out some things for you to get basically you got favor from God. You started listening to Him.
Correct.
So that discipline. If y'all don't know already, Tim is pretty jacked up, so he got the discipline of fitness. So when you was cutting things out though, bro, what's something big you think you cut it out that led you to that path to find your wife in such a fast amount of time?
Man, I would
If you're
say,
willing to share.
yeah,
Something that you cut out.
Is this a PG podcast?
This is dads, y'all. We keep it real with each other.
So, I'm not gonna say that I was just running sleeping with every woman. That's not the case. I've never been that type of dude to want to have 2, 3, 4 girlfriends, because I feel like the more you have on your plate, there's more time, more money that you gotta basically waste.
That's very true.
So, man, as I was talking to the girl that I was speaking to before I met Sierra, you know, when you do certain things and you don't find the joy that you once used to have, of course, you know, as we were sleeping around, I found myself asking for forgiveness every single time that we did it, because I felt that conviction in me, because I knew it wasn't right. I knew she wasn't my wife, and as I was in a relationship with her, I just felt myself changing. And when I expressed to her, hey, these are certain things that we can't do anymore. Now keep in mind, these are things that we kind of built our relationship on. So now when I hit her with that curveball, she like, is it me or what did I do?
That's true.
And excuse me, I just got to the mindset that, okay, I'm not in the game to hurt people. So I had to be real, what's the word I'm looking for? I had to be real persistent in my intentions, and they can't be sporadic.
That's good.
It's either gonna be this way or it's not gonna be this way.
That's good.
And as I was talking to her, I found myself wanting to get closer to God, and I knew that it was gonna have to basically push out a lot of the things that I was doing with my ways.
Man.
So yeah, that's how we got to that.
Man, that's like you like basically like cut off something that you was kind of passionate to at that. Cutting off a female and really taking care of yourself in that aspect. I mean, whoo, that sounds tough. That sounds tough, especially with just the flesh, our physical stuff.
That part.
Man, and you just said you're gonna stop that, and I appreciate that so much, because you basically just kept it real with her. Like, hey, this is who I am, and if this is something you can accept, then this is time for us to move on. I really do appreciate that. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. You're a dad now, right? You help her take care of, how old is she?
She's 4, turning 5 September 3rd.
Turning 4. Man, so how you enjoying that?
I love it, man. And
Yeah.
it's crazy because I just had to get onto her because she was spraying too much perfume. How she got it, don't ask me how she got it. But
we won't talk about that.
So even when I had to step into that discipline role, I still feel my heart soft toward my daughter. And I'm actually grateful that I stepped into the situation, because I feel like with me having a daughter first is going to soften my heart for what comes next.
That's good.
So,
think the daughter soften you up?
Yeah. And it's funny because her mom, she used to tell me over and over, hey, she's not a boy. She's a 4-year-old girl, 3-year-old girl at the time. And you just got to be soft. You can't be so aggressive. You can't be so hard. And you know, it just causes you to look yourself in the mirror and just realign yourself and say, hey, this girl is growing up, and you want to create the best example for her, and snapping at her and not being patient with her and not showing her this tenderness and this love is not going to be a good formula for her success.
Tim, man, that's you gave me chills right there, bro. Because
I almost got choked up, man.
Man, I mean, I mean, you saying some good things, bro, that I think all of us fathers need to hear. That's why I'm so glad that you decided to jump on. How important do you think it is to have a father in the household?
Very important. Very important. Because, I mean, with today's culture, you're going to hear a lot of women say, hey, I'm independent, I can do it myself. Hey, you probably can. I'm not going to take that away from you.
That's true.
Although it's a certain dynamic that you want, there's a certain dynamic that you should want around your household, because raising up a child, she needs to be able to see, for one, love in the household. They need to be able to see the dynamic between two parents, and even though this dynamic may not be 100% healthy all the time, because at the end of the day we're human, so yes, it is going to be some days where I may not be too fond of you. There's going to be some days where I get on your nerves. Although we still got to come together as a family, because at the end of the day, the root of our love is the foundation of our family. So
I like that.
once you have a little one outside looking in, they can say, hey, every day is not going to be smooth.
Yeah.
Although it's all about what you make it and what you turn around to be.
Man,
So
that's good. So cause I'm gonna rewatch this video a lot right now because this is good. I'm not hyping you up or anything. Like I'm being dead serious. This is good because two things in that you basically talked about how she softened you up as a guy. You know, it's okay for us to be soft in this aspect by having a daughter. I have 2 boys, so I don't know that. Yeah. That's why I respect fathers that got daughters because I don't think I could be that soft. But hearing it from you, I understand that being soft is okay because you're giving yourself grace and you're giving her grace. You letting her have a little bit more freedom. You're not so disciplining, but also your structure of the household, making sure she see 2 happy parents or 2 relationships, just a relationship in general. You don't always have to be great. Right. Man, that's just good all the way around. Just setting a good foundation. And to me, I think every child needs a father in their life. They need to have somebody there to keep them in line and give them some kind of path. If that, I mean, that's what you're providing right now, some kind of path. Like I said, Tim, I don't want to keep you too long today. Just wanted to ask you a few more questions. So, I see that you got the discipline to change yourself to find your wife. You're in your life as a father, right? You're setting the path for this child. Now, what are you doing as a husband? What do you think you learned your first year as a husband?
Grace. Man, you gotta have grace. I mean, because like I tell my wife all the time, I've never been married before. Yeah. She's never been married before. So it's certain things that we have to learn, especially when we try to coexist and not previously, because before we got married, we didn't live together.
That's good.
When we got married, that's when we moved in. That's when we lived together.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want nobody to think I'm throwing shots. But when you basically bombard somebody's space, for one, you have to learn their routine. You got to learn how they work, and like I said, without grace, any and everything you do, you may look for a pass. And what I mean by that, hey, I didn't let down the seat. Hey, I used to do that for 20 years at my house. So hey, I may not get it right the first couple of times, but hey, just give me some time, and then eventually when you come in, the toilet seat gonna be down.
There you go, right? I still have that problem 10 years later, bro.
So it's almost like, okay, how can I expect you to give me grace when I don't give you grace? Because I already know I'm a mess up. Yeah. I know it's gonna be some situations, some things that I don't do right. Yeah. And I can't come down on you because when I mess around and slip up, that gives you the okay to come down on me.
That's good. Grace is so powerful. Yeah. I know a lot of people say marriage works because of communication, but marriage works because of grace. Yeah. It really does work because of grace. That is so true. I've never thought about it like that, but that's true.
Now, don't get me wrong, you still gotta communicate. Communication for us was real big because when we first got married, that'll probably be on the next podcast. Mm-hmm. But when we first got married, we didn't have an ideal living situation. So, and like I said, you kind of know a little bit more about that. Yeah. So with communication, it's real big because I need to know what you're thinking and you need to know what I'm thinking. Because if you can't express it, then everything just tends to bottle up.
Okay, so y'all having communication about y'all's feelings of how y'all feeling, and so. Do y'all implement the rule of just making sure that you never go to bed mad at each other?
Oh yeah.
Good. That's good.
Man, thankfully throughout this year we only had one major argument. Yeah. And we was able to clear that up before we went to bed.
Good.
So yeah.
Takes time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing a great job, man. You're hanging in there. It's not easy, but you make it look easy. But one thing, like I said, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. Not gonna take too much of your time. I know I had one more question, but I think we probably save it for the next podcast. Tim, congratulations on the marriage, fatherhood. It's only been a year. I know you got 100 more years to go. Yeah. So, hang in there. Yo, just let the people know. I mean, this is your first interview, right? Ever?
Yeah, it is.
Well, thank you for giving me this exclusive, right? This is my exclusive right here. I got Tim doing my first podcast, his first interview. Tim, let the people know how they can find you. any other tips, and let the people know how they can find you first.
All right, so Tim Mosely, Instagram, the Tim Mosely. I am a personal trainer. Subscribe on the Elevated Fitness. That's the name of my brand. So, man, for the most part, if you're looking for, like Joe said, some discipline, somebody that's going to keep you accountable, somebody that's going to keep pushing you, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
The Tim Mosely on IG. Like I said, nutrition, workouts, the Joe tell it, life coaching.
Yeah.
If you just need somebody to talk to, hey, hit me up.
Man, that y'all definitely hit him up. Tim, before I let you go, I want to ask this question. 5 years from now, bro, you got all the money you want, you got everything taken care of. What do you see yourself doing with you and your family?
Man, my first thought is giving back. I don't know how that's gonna look, but in the most part, I believe that God gives you stuff to see how you can manage it and how you can steward it.
Yeah.
And the only way to keep being blessed is to keep giving. So 5 years from now, I see my wife as a stay-at-home mom. She's following her passion.
Yeah.
I'm following my passion, being a personal trainer.
Okay.
We're showing our household what it looks like to give, what it looks like to be there for your fellow mankind, womankind.
Yeah.
And, just being available just to help.
Yeah.
Just always be a helper.
Servant. Man, you true servant right here, y'all. Tim, thank y'all for jumping on, bro. We're gonna get back to this party real quick. You got any other questions? Any little tidbits to leave the people with? I'm just gonna let you go. Take your time.
Man, I would say
you got a lot of tips. I mean, this video you dropped a lot of tips. Discipline is big, y'all. That's what I've really learned is discipline from him.
I say this: how can you be great today? Tomorrow was tomorrow. Well, yesterday. Yesterday was yesterday. Tomorrow's gonna be tomorrow, and all I want you to focus on is how you can take care of today. Lord willing, He will always take care of your daily bread on a day-to-day basis. So just focus on how you can be great today. Nothing else matters. Yesterday was yesterday. Tomorrow's going to do tomorrow, whatever it does. So just focus on how you can be great today.
Appreciate you. Yo, that's it. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Keep following us. This is Finance Dad Media, where we bring y'all all the different topics that us fathers need to talk about. I love y'all. Check y'all. Peace.